Hey everyone, and welcome back to Bridging the Gap. My name is Alvin. I lean right on most issues, and I'll be representing the Republican side.
Hi, I'm Luke. I lean left, and I will be representing the Democratic side. Now, in this video, we'll be discussing the 2022 Senate election in Pennsylvania. Now, this race we see a retiring Senator, Pat Toomey, so the seat is now an open seat, where the Republicans and Democrats are both vying for. Currently, the Republicans hold this seat in the Senate, but it's largely seen as the Democrats' best opportunity for a pickup.
Yeah, so this is a really interesting race. It was previously considered probably the closest race in 2022, along with a few others. But now it's been drifting to the left, so we thought, hey, why not give it a full analysis from the primary all the way into the general. Just a quick side note, I am on vacation right now as of this video being uploaded, so if there's some information that's a little outdated, that's why we're recording this on the 22nd of August. Okay.
Okay.
So let's start with the primary. This was a really interesting primary. In the on the Democrat side, John Fetterman just won every single county, not much to talk about. Connor Lamb was floated as a potential nominee earlier, but he just couldn't win. And then on the Republican side, there's a very interesting primary election. You want to talk about it?
Yeah. So on the Republican primary, it started off with Sean Parnell in the earliest parts of the primary, but he had to drop out due to family problems. So it kind of turned the race into a free-for-all with Dr. Mehmet Oz, Dave McCormick, and Kathy Barnett leading in the polls. Now, Mehmet Oz was the Trump endorsed essentially carpetbagger from New Jersey running for the Senate. Dave McCormick was a businessman. He was also vying for the Trump endorsement, and of course, Kathy Barnett was another far right person vying for Trump's endorsement. In the end, Oz claimed that endorsement, and he won the race by 0.1 percentage points.
Yeah, it's very interesting when you look at the primary predicted odds, so the betting odds for this race. At first we had McCormick leading like crazy here. But then after I assume this is when Trump gave Oz the endorsement, he surges and it's a two-way race, right? Then late in the race, Barnett surges. This is the exact date when the Roe v. Wade decision was leaked by the Supreme Court, and Barnett started launching a flurry of ads. She was the result of a rape. Her mother decided not to get an abortion, and this story resonated with a lot of Republicans. She started surging, and at one point was the favorite in the betting odds. And as the far right candidate in this race, she would have probably not been that good in the general, but maybe better than Oz because Oz is absolutely horrible in general, as we'll get to. In the end, though, Oz after election day of the primary, it was super close within 0.1%. So Oz didn't win it outright until in June when the results finally got.
And we should also note that since the results took so long to come out, like since the result was so close, like the nominee wasn't decided. The Republican nominee wasn't really decided for like multiple days. So there was like still some lasting fighting between McCormick and Oz. But yeah, in the end, Dr. Oz won the Republican primary and is currently the Republican nominee. Now we should go back to the Democratic primary and go over that. There we have a Lieutenant Governor John Fetterman. He's a progressive Democrat. He's won statewide before being the lieutenant governor. So that's like one thing he has. He was running against moderate Representative Connor Lamb from, I believe, Pittsburgh, and Malcolm Kenyatta, a progressive Democrat. So yeah, we see here Fetterman easily won the primary. Connor Lamb got like 25% of the vote, but yeah, Fetterman more or less united the Democrats, and he's the Democratic nominee going up against Dr. Oz.
Yep. And now if we pivot over to the general, the current betting odds have it at 75-28, or around 3-1 odds for Fetterman to win this race. And I think this is very accurate. It's on par with New Hampshire or so. And this is pretty evident by how Fetterman has been smashing odds in every metric possible, in fundraising, in the polls. Let's just look at the polls here, because analyzing these polls make it pretty sad, for any Republican hopes. Every single pollster has Fetterman up, and this did not happen in 2020, and even Trafalgar,
Yeah.
with the recent polling, even Trafalgar has Fetterman up 4, which means he's probably up 5 or 6. And you have a few undecided, which could go to Oz, but it's probably
Hmm.
not, because Oz is not likable. And even if he has a 44% base to work with, which I don't buy, by the way, because it's Trafalgar, he probably has a 42% or so base. He's
Hmm.
probably not getting to 50%. He could make it close, but right now it looks like he's not gonna do it. Something's gonna have to
Yeah.
happen in the political atmosphere of this country to get Mehmet Oz over the finish line. Um,
Yeah,
it's pretty sad.
as of right
Mhm.
now, Fetterman is doing pretty winning handily in the lots of the polls. Sometimes you see him up even 10 points. I mean, we do not expect him to win by more than 10, but we like at this point, it's pretty clear he's leading in the polling, and the fundraising as well. He's also destroying odds. I believe Fetterman in the second quarter, I believe Fetterman's raised 26 million, and Mehmet Oz has only raised 19 million. So like Fetterman's winning the fundraising battle, and there's another front where Fetterman is winning. Of course, that being the meme battle, the Twitter battle.
The Twitter battle.
So
Yeah, there's
yeah,
so much stuff.
yeah,
Yeah, you want to talk about?
Fetterman's been consistently memeing Dr. Oz about his New Jersey residency, and like the fact that he owns a mansion in New Jersey. Um, yeah, like that's been a big focus of his campaign. Like, do you have anything to mention about that?
Yeah, I mean, you can see here, if Mehmet Oz posts one thing, John Fetterman posts another thing, and he just ratios the hell out of Oz. There's no denying it. I mean, obviously, Twitter isn't real life, and obviously, Fetterman has a huge fan base outside of Pennsylvania, which is a big reason of why he gets so many likes on Twitter. But
Hmm.
Oz gets around 1,000 likes on each tweet. And when Fetterman memes the hell out of Oz, he gets 50K, he gets 100K. These types of numbers, while they shouldn't be looked at with extreme certainty, they're a big sign of what's to come. In 2022, Twitter does really show a decent picture. It's not the best picture, obviously, but he'll meme him, and an hour ago he memes him, and now there's 10K likes, right? This type of thing is just, you can just see that John Fetterman is more of a likable candidate among his base. I mean, the moderates in this race, they don't know who to vote for, to be honest. The moderates don't like either candidate. But among the base, Fetterman gets the base and Oz
Hmm.
does not. And that's going to be a problem for Oz that he's going to have to overcome.
And yeah, like so I've seen like some of Fetterman's memes against Oz, and like you could let like he got like some trashy Jersey Shore show actors to like talk about the Muhammad Oz and like say, hey, we're gonna miss you in Jersey. And like he's been bashing him for shooting ads at his Jersey mansion, and it's just like it's kind of brutal. I mean, like I don't think I've seen a meme campaign like
Yeah.
this, the one Fetterman's running. And
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, I heard like some talk like after the primaries finished, because something we forgot to mention is like right before the Democratic primary, Fetterman suffered a stroke, and there was lots of like talk about like like about his health, and like there was like some thought like, and I heard this like take on like CNN that um that Oz may like run circles around Fetterman because like he's obviously a doctor, so that like that maybe would have been like something like, oh, Oz
Hmm.
is a doctor and like Fetterman's like suffering, but I mean it seems to be that Fetterman's schooling the doctor here. Yeah.
Yeah, I think just to wrap up this video, um, right now, as of right now, Fetterman's probably winning by 5 or 6 points in this race. And it's pretty sad to see what's happening with Dr. Oz. Dr. Oz is going to need another stroke to win this race. That's basically what he's gonna have to count on. Either stroke, or some other medical emergency, because Oz right now is not looking good. So
Yeah, Fetterman seems to be the favored to claim a seat for the Democrats in what should be a Republican wave year. It's very interesting.
All right, so thanks for watching, everyone. Like this video, comment down below, subscribe if you're new, and
share.
turn on notifications. Share this video. Thanks for watching.
See ya.